enough magical lifesteal. I think it's gonna be an interesting one. It seems like a balanced pick for both sides.
Actually, it's definitely more balanced. I come looking at these things and not looking at any other games that we saw. We know that Uzbekistan can run this roster, right? This is something that they ran last game. They played very well, but just looking at these two, again, rosters from an isolation, just in a vacuum, I'm kind of gearing towards the Pakistan side.
Yep, and here we go. Our first ever 3-game series between Pakistan and Uzbekistan. It's going to be very interesting for us to watch for sure. And an early fight between all of them in the center here with the spears being thrown out, hitting all three of them. The stacks are hitting. It's going to stack up on them with a huge amount of damage if they line up in a straight line.
So in this one, the fatigue is going to be in the jungle. So this is a little bit of a pivot in that sense, where you have the Byron more classic in the Clash, because they're not, you know, Republic of Korea who like to run the Byron in the jungle. But this is one, it's a little bit more different in that sense, because Anwar, again, if he's able to get that farm, the fatigue can be a late game monster and just tear up teams.
I agree, and what's more important is that the Fatih can always move around the map compared to a Clash Fatih. So he has this freedom to try his best to make good use of the Sacred Tree Blessing, but it seems like they're starting to poke each other just a little bit down here at the farm lane. 300 gold in front, which is not too big. This is very early for us to judge, but this is where we try to see if there's any gold sharing technique that is being used by any of the teams.
Yeah, and actually Hassan is kind of just babysitting Anwar, gold sharing, if you will. He's continuing just to kind of stick with him. But Hassan is the type where, in game 2, didn't have the greatest of games. Yumijan definitely got the better of him. I think that this is one where we're talking about the mid-game, really setting the tone, right? Hassan needs to step up in this one.
I agree, and we do have Farouk trying to rotate towards the Clash lane, trying to get the teleport very, very soon so that he can help the other lanes. There's not going to be too much of a difference in terms of economy right now. This is still very, very early. Both sides of the team have their jungle items and their roam items very, very well. And not much of a difference. Everyone is playing quite passively so far.
Yeah, still early. I mean, the roams aren't even level 4, right? Once they hit 4, I think that you're looking to maybe take a fight. You can get a little bit defensive. Both of those roamers like to just kind of start things off. They've got some great ults ahead of them. But if we're looking at the other side, now this is where Uzbekistan are changing things up. They're being a little bit aggressive. Maybe they look for some sort of steal as Mahmoud has kind of inched his way into the enemy jungle.
Yeah, and having Uzair who's playing Zhao Fei right now, he's gonna try to use the Umbrella Outburst. This is what we're gonna be focusing on probably the entire match, where are they gonna be following out with the Umbrella Outburst quickly in a close formation? If you remember in the game 1 just now, Uzbekistan was using Zhang Fei, but did not be able to utilize it fully and do a proper follow-up with that Zhang Fei. But this time in the hands of Pakistan, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try their very best to follow up in a closer formation. If that doesn't happen, it's gonna be a problem.
All right, okay. I always joke about Zhang Fei and everything because Cloud is actually a Zhang Fei main, but I used to be, right? Like there was a time that, you know, people didn't like me, and that's another thing. But
okay.
when I play the Zhang Fei, the biggest piece was that you never want to be the initial initiator. You always want that counter initiation. You want the fight to happen, and if you're looking at the Pakistan lineup, you have the Byron, you have the Hassan, and even the Anwar. These guys are looking to start things, and then you have that perfect counter initiation. So this draft plays into Zhang Fei's hands much easier here.
I see, so that's what goes through a Zhang Fei main.
Yeah,
right?
I used to be. I have moved on. I'm a much better person now.
But we want to see that a kiting gameplay is going to be, it has to be done by Muhammad, by Anwar, to pull all the Uzbekistan heroes in a straight line, hopefully, so that Zhang Fei has that one golden moment for him to use his ultimate.
Yeah, but this is that golden moment. He's only caught onto 1 on this one, but now with that Wings of Judgment, Farouk is doing a little bit of work. He's the invincible warrior trying to chase after Anwar, not able to find it, but they find Muhammad, and they do get the snipe. 3 members down from Pakistan. The Fate Rewind, he gets on out of there, but now does he want to go back in? The Scepters are still going to be there. Hassan needs to be careful. He has no ult. Mahmoud decides to go, but Akbar gets picked off as well as Farouk. He gets the double before he goes 6 feet under.
Double strike before he goes down is a way to go for sure. And he was confident that he can get all of them just now for a bit, and he still managed to go down probably because of the damage, AoE damage coming in.
Finding the right targets as well. There was a lot of low members from Uzbekistan, and you could see that Farouk was chasing after Mohamed N. Definitely the great targets. You gotta just, anytime he's prioritized, Mohamed N has to think about running away, survival, as opposed to sticking around and doing that damage.
Yep. Right now, Mohamed N is going to try to farm as fast as he can. Pure Sky has been bought by Mohamed H. Futza is going to fly towards the mid lane. Overall, it seems like no one's going to be taking it for now. Mohamed is going to try to poke with the availability of the Parasola. They're going to try to rotate back towards the mid lane. They're not going to force it down right now. And Uzair already has his madness.
Yeah, and if you're looking at the net worth, though, I mean, Uzbekistan, 1.5K. This is definitely their game thus far. They've, again, sticking to their tried and true. These are definitely the heroes that they're most comfortable with. And that's what you want, especially in a game 3, when everything is on the line, you're going to play essentially your main.
Yep, and this is what where they want to be, right? Because the advantage here is going to be pushing them more towards an aggressor with the Futsa. Are they going to do the same this time?
Oh, they flash forward. The Sage's Might on top with the Wings of Judgment. They're throwing everything at him. Do they have enough? And Mohamed H is going to go down.
It works every time. Even though they wasted, or well, not wasted, they used 3 ultimate just for one person, but he still goes down. And no one from Uzbekistan is eliminated for now, so you know what? It's okay. And it seems like they're gonna start to try to get the Azure Golem. The stack has been marked by Hassan. Hassan's still gonna go in. He's so confident at this point because he has Fate Rewind, but this is a golden moment, but they're gonna pull back instead.
Yeah, I mean, the Umbrella Upward had been committed, the Fate Rewind as well. Pakistan are gonna get away, but I mean, everything just to stay alive, I don't know if that was the greatest of plays for them.
Yeah, I feel like they should have maybe committed to the fight if they want to use
Oh my good, Sage's Might, they have him locked down with the Raging Sea on top of that, who's there, not able to get away, and this is why the Futs Mahmoud has been so good.
This is why I feel like Uzair shouldn't have used his ultimate just now, just for him to run away, because Hassan still had the Fate Rewind, right? Maybe the understanding of the timing is a little bit wrong, but let's see how it goes right now.
Yeah, I mean, now he's got to build up the madness, and they find yet another. Anwar is going to be picked off. And Mohamed N, what are you doing? Tried to lie step away. The bottom T2 is down. Hassan now has to flash. He gets on out, but Uzbekistan continuing. They're going to lock him down as well, but it's way too deep with the Wings of Judgment. They're going to tenderize him, but with these Vanguards, it looks like Uzbekistan are going to disengage.
They decided to pull back very quickly. Very good decision making coming in from Uzbekistan. They don't want to overextend. They know their limits. They pull back. And coming from Umijan is really looking like someone who doesn't care about the cooldown of his skill sets, right? The Wings of Judgment has been used so many times that he doesn't care. He doesn't care if it's just the right time. No, he just want to make sure that the HP of Pakistan heroes are as low as possible.
Yeah, I think also it's more of like, when it's ready, he's just going to go, right? They're looking to fight every time his skills are off cooldown, and that's what you want. As opposed to, remember how day 1, I think it actually was with Cloud, we were like, oh yeah, you know, when are they going to use the Zhang Fei Umbrella Outburst? He's like saving it saving it for like Christmas or whatever, like he was not using it, but now he's going to spend it on here. He finds 2. Mahmoud is getting a little bit low, but Farouk taking the Tyrants. They have the stun onto his air. They have a little bit of control. Mahmoud is continuing to do it. Just rain terror on, but he finally goes down, but they trade away for 3.
You gotta admire Hassan's bravery right there. He really tries his best to go to the back line and try to spear everyone. But there's not enough or chemistry or timing or proper timing with his team for him to have enough time, enough distraction to keep on poking everyone non-stop. But it seems like maybe his entire team needs to help him more.
Oh, the Raging Sea only onto the minions. It's going to be dodged away, but they space them out. They're going to take the mid T2. And I think it's, again, just when you're talking about synergy, man, they just need to see more movies together.
I agree. They gotta find someone to open that door first, you know what I mean? Yeah, having Farouk still trying to steal all the resources coming in from Pakistan jungle side of the top lane, I think that's gonna really suffocate Pakistan from all the resources, and it's gonna really hurt their economy.
Yeah, but one thing to note, Farouk was actually just hit level 13. Anwar has gotten the better of him thus far, at least in the experience department. Net worth, we need to see and check on this one because, again, Farouk, once he hits those items, he's scary, right? I mean, Hassan, Muhammad, and both need to really respect when Farouk is running right at you.
I agree, and I think that the fact that Farouk's damage is very, very high, this is going to be affecting quite a bit. And it does seem like the net worth is leaning a little bit more towards Farouk, and it's not too much. It's by a couple of hundred, but you know what? That's one or two small items.
Yeah, it's small, but over the course of all of the different roles, there's definitely going to be an edge. And now that bottom T3 potentially under siege, it looks like Uzbekistan are going to just wait a little bit longer. We're going to go with the vanguards here.
And it seems like Pakistan is quite aware of what Hassan is capable of doing. They need to play around him to give him much more space, to spend time throwing the spears non-stop, to really poke the damage out of Uzbekistan, to, you know what, level the ground of what Umijan can do with Garuda, right? Because Garuda is a lot more easier. Just use the Wings of Judgment and shoot from far. So they need to help Hassan to do the same.
Yeah, but Pakistan playing very passive game, right?
Yeah.
Usually, as a Haino, you want to be up front throwing those scepters, right? As you were rightly pointing out, I think that you want to be doing as much as possible. Anytime he's not throwing out those scepters, it's a feels bad, you're losing moment. So
True. What makes Haino good is the scepter itself. If you're not really utilizing at max, then it's not really a good Haino.
True, yeah.
So,
I mean, what are you? You're just like a range creep at that point,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. I'm not saying that to that point, but it seems like they're going to start to force something out. It all depends on Uzair's ultimate. If Armada Obers doesn't hit too well, it's going to be a bit of a problem for Pakistan.
So they need, again, they either initiate. Muhammad H has got to be making that play. Hassan maybe bait something out so that the fight happens, everybody jumps in. But Uzbekistan understand, this is very simple of the game plan that they want to do. So for their own team fight, they've been very cagey in terms of when they actually go in.
Yeah, look at this Wings of Judgment. It hurts so much, and Muhammad H almost went down. Just a little bit more. I was expecting a bigger fight to happen, but it seems like Uzbekistan chose to pull back, sending Mahmoud all the way to the top lane to start re-pushing the minions again.
He was so close to dying. I mean, he dies there. The wheels might have come off, right? Because Uzbekistan would be able to push. They had that man advantage, if you will. But they're looking to kind of, you know, again, they want to push them away, but this Wings of Judgment is so difficult to deal with because it just, again, spacing is absolutely real. Uzair is on the side. He's not going to pop his ult on this one. And they're doing a little bit of chip damage on the bottom T3, but Uzbekistan playing a very patient game here.
The zoning power and the presence of Garuda itself is just so scary. And again, Umijan doesn't hesitate to keep on using the Wings of Judgment over and over again every time it is available to be used. And just focus on him. I'm sure he's going to be using it once more because the cooldown on this thing is too short.
Yeah, way too short. I mean, every single time that it's been available, he's been just, you know, weathering the storm. Like, he's done so much damage. He's 307, didn't die in the last game as well. So he's just like, this is his jam, right? The Indonesian national hero. Just give him the Garuda, and he's going to let the team shine as well.
Exactly. And knowing that there are 7,000 gold difference right now between the two teams, I'm sure that Uzbekistan will have a huge advantage. But if there's one hero who excels at turning a game around, it should be Zhang Fei. It should be Dharma, but there's no Dharma here. There's Zhang Fei, and I think it's enough. As long as they put a good timing into the ultimate of Zhang Fei to go hand in hand with Fatih and Arli.
Yeah. Well, one thing I am worried about is that Uzbekistan, yeah, they're playing patiently, but at some point, Pakistan, they're kind of, you know, their lineup is geared definitely toward the late game.
Yeah.
Right? You give them space and farm and time, that's going to be bad for you, right? Yeah. So if anything, Uzbekistan, in the next 5 minutes, you got to close out this game in this series.
Yeah, I agree. They really need to focus down here on this last push. This might be the last push, but it depends on how brave they are going to go in. It all depends on this Wings of Judgment first.
Yeah, Wings of Judgment doing some work again onto the just onto the minions, excuse me. But it looks like Uzbekistan doing a lot of the spacing, poking and prodding, but they're not able to overcome and to get onto the high ground. Pakistan's defense has been immaculate thus far.
I wonder what's stopping Akbar from going all in every time minions goes in, or maybe the Vanguard goes in, because we were expecting the presence of Umijan with the ultimate that he kept on doing and doing over and over again. We were expecting that's the right moment because they have to run away and they will be lacking of a couple of heroes. But it seems like the longer they wait, damage from Umijon is gonna start to decrease a little bit as the items of Pakistan is gonna add up more and more as the time goes by.
Mohammed and Hassan, these guys are going to be scary, right?
Yeah,
Come late
yeah.
game, right? And there's, I mean, I don't know exactly how close they are, but by biding your time, you're playing into the hands of Pakistan. They want to go, you know, as slow as possible. And now the top T3 will be going down. The Fate Rewind going to be used, but it looks like the Umbrella Outburst with that pushback. But they've already gotten Hassan. He's going to be down for the count. They take the tower down yet again. The Stampede doing a little bit of work as well. They find Akbar. Farouk had been taken as well, and it looks like the hole is going to be okay because Muhammad A goes down. The double strike going the way of Anwar. They find him. The pushback on. Do they have enough? And it looks like Uzbekistan are going to take game 3 in the series.
Congratulations, Uzbekistan, for taking game 3 2-1.
Our first 3-game series here coming in for the 2026 Asian Games Esports Qualifiers.